So how do you network like a pro? Well, in this video, I'm going to share with you tips and tricks on how to network with people anywhere, anytime. And make sure you watch until the end where I share with you an expert networking tip you need to know. Hey guys, I'm Dr. Ryan Corte and this is Ryan Reflects. On this channel, I share with you actionable personal development content as well as my thoughts on trending topics and common life experiences. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. Also, throughout any point in the video, make sure you check out the notes and links in the description below. First things first, you always want to prepare in advance, right? So you want to know where you're going, how you're going to get there, who do you want to connect with, right? Who matters the most to you? And if you don't really have, some target connections, reach out to others before you go. See if you can build some relationships virtually before you even show up, or leverage any connections that you have before you go to a networking opportunity. Let's say the opportunity is online. See if anybody else is engaging, right? These virtual opportunities are becoming more and more prevalent. Next, you got to show up. And honestly, I did an entire video on this because it is such an important topic. And I'll link to it right above. But show up. Don't just put on your calendar. No shoulda, coulda, wouldas. It's hard to network if you don't make yourself present and actually show up. And if you have the opportunity to, bring a friend. Utilize a comfortable connection that you have with somebody else and see if you can build off their network. Or if you show up and you know somebody's going to be there, lean on them. Have them lean on you. You can introduce them to people they may not know. They can introduce you to people that you may not know. But it's always better to tackle networking events with another friend, colleague, or just in general, a connection. See what I'm doing right here? You gotta smile. Go ahead and open yourself up for that genuine human interaction. Make eye contact with somebody, show positive body language, and smile at them. Because nobody wants to come up and talk to somebody who's frowning or just looks like they don't want to be there. You gotta smile. If somebody introduces themselves to you, you gotta listen, right? Take in the words that they're saying, be an active listener. Don't try to sit there and think about what you're gonna say next. Actually take in what they're communicating to you and store that away. Half the time we're so excited to get words out of our mouth. We wanna just interject. And this is what I struggle with. I always interrupt, I have a hard time with it, but you gotta listen. And something that goes hand in hand with listening is being patient. Pause, take a minute to really, really hear somebody and know what they're there for. Kind of hear what they have to say before you interject. It's really important, right? You don't want to just run them over with words. Be patient. And sometimes networking takes time. And when somebody tells you their name, try to attach a visual cue or something that you learned about them to their name. So if you were talking to somebody named Allison and she was from Alabama, you could do Allison, Alabama. Or if you're talking to somebody named Billy and he had this thick beard, hey, Billy with the beard. Of course, one day he'll shave his beard, or Allison will talk less about Alabama, maybe because she lives in a different state, but it'll help you off the initial conversation and connection to attach their name with something that you know about them. Next, you want to ask insightful questions. So as you continue to learn about the person you're talking to, follow up with questions. Ask them what makes them get out of bed every morning. Why did they choose the career path they have? Ask them about their family, their friends. Ask them questions that you feel they're going to respond to. And this is all based on listening. And as soon as you gather that information, you can find a common ground. And finding a common ground is key. Because at the end of the day, that's what really brings us together. And it gives us the opportunity to build a stronger bond and relationship. So if you find out somebody's really into sports and you love sports, dig down into that. If you're at a networking event in your profession and you have a specific interest that another person has, double down on that. People love talking about their families. They have kids, ask about them. Learn about what hobbies and interests they have. Double down on building that relationship through questions and common ground interests. Next, learn how you can help the person you're talking to. How can you provide them with true, genuine, honest value? Can you connect them to somebody you know? Provide them with mentoring or resources or general information that is significant value to them. And do this far in advance before you ever put your hand out and ask for something. Because at the end of the day, doing that on the front end is a terrible way to network and build genuine human interactions. In fact, networking is a lot more about what you give than what you will ever get. And if you go into networking with that kind of intention, you're gonna fail. And at every networking event, you wanna make sure you swap contact information. This can be done through an old-fashioned business card. It can be something that you can text, email, connect on social media, connect on LinkedIn, the professional network, whatever it may be. Find a way to follow up with who you're connecting with. And then once you do, follow up. This is critical. So many people go to these events or they meet somebody in person and they don't find a way to follow up. They don't remember who they connected with. They don't remember how they can connect with them moving forward. And what's the point in putting the effort to build genuine human relationships, interactions, if you don't have the opportunity to follow up? When you do follow up, thank that person for the opportunity to get to know them and find a way to actually follow up. Schedule, if it's something that's got to be virtual, do so via a Zoom opportunity. If it's something you can do in person, schedule a coffee date. Or if you have kiddos, a play date. Or if it's something that's business professional, find a way to meet up at another industry event, but follow up. And now for my pro networking tip, be yourself, because nobody can be you better than you. And honestly, if you go and try to act like somebody else, it's not gonna work. The best way to network is to be genuine with who you are and go with the best intentions. And also, if you don't wanna be there, maybe you shouldn't show up, because people can see that from a mile away. My question of the day, what are some networking tips that have worked for you? I'd love to hear them in the comments below. Make sure you subscribe to my channel and stay tuned for my next video where we can reflect and grow stronger together.